Morning, everyone. Gerard out here in West Texas doing a little bit of greening. And once again, I don't know if I did a video yesterday or not, a journal or not. So I don't know what happened yesterday. Everything's such a blur. Digging on the Wallapini, ran into trouble, solving problems as you do. I think the backhoe, it's not really designed for digging up 24-inch boulders, but she's doing it anyway, which is amazing. But we stopped breaking pins, and now yesterday the weld on the leg, it's not actually the leg, not the stabilizer, it's the extension. So ordered a new extension. That weld didn't hold. I think it goes down to I'm not actually melting enough of the metal from the original piece with the what am I using, 6011 stick welding. So it's not really bonding. But I'm pushing the solar battery as far as I want to, which is no more than 80 amps. So anyway, long story short, not going to push it too hard. That was yesterday. I got through with that. Did a lot of digging, a lot of shovel clean out on the Wallapini, which isn't a whole lot of fun, but there's some things that a shovel just does better than a backhoe. And so we spent a lot of the day just doing a lot of clean out, which is good. And just using the backhoe for minimum work. The bucket actually had a fracture. And it probably was one of the 24-inch boulders that did that. We actually got a lot out, but the last one was a little too much for it. As well as, digging and pulling up, shelves of rock. I mean, that thing is amazing. I will tell you. I mean, I'm running into trouble with it now, but it already paid for itself. I mean, these things are what, 4 or 5 grand, and the amount of digging we've done already, repairing the roads, putting in a geothermal cooling, digging the greenhouse, now digging a big, Wallapini 20 by 50, as well as the massive swale, which is like 30 or no, actually more like 40, or I have to measure it, 40, 45 feet long. It's already paid for itself. You can't hire someone to come do all this digging out here where there are no roads, where you can't get big equipment. They'd have to build a road to try to get out here. You couldn't do that for 5 grand. So it's already paid for itself. So I'm trying to repair it best I can. Actually, the motor mount's rattling loose. I've got to tighten that down today. But anyway, that was yesterday. Today, it's kind of like I said, that you can determine to do whatever you want off grid or in the wild, and the wild will dictate to you what you're gonna do. So anyway, today working on the fence post, H-brace, a little bit of my design. It's kind of a design working with the high prices of lumber, using 2x4s. I'm gonna double them up for our first H-brace and bolts in the back end of them. And then I'm actually going to use wood glue and even brace them even tighter with that. So, and I think I might screw some screws through just to make a 2x4 or 4x4. But anyway, we'll see how that works out. I actually have a different design, L brackets I'm doing on another one. I'm gonna try a different design, see how it goes. We don't really have cows here that are being overgrazed, so I'm not too worried about having a strong fence. Most of the ranchers here don't have strong fences, so I'm not too worried about it, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, but that became the day. And why did that become the day? Because bellowing last night from a calf became a whole herd this morning. And I think twice I had to run them off or stand them off. And I didn't see a bull in the herd, or at least not a mature bull anyway, but that doesn't mean he's not there. Bulls tend to hang back, and I've had to chase 2 of those off. Rather not do that. I actually rather not do this. Calves are very cute. And it's a shame, he's looking for help. He's looking for water and food, but until I got the cow fence up, I can't have you over here. Otherwise, when I'm not here, you're gonna come and eat everything. So today, did a little digging on the Wallapini, did a little welding for the bucket. Took the bucket off right there, and this is where she fractured right here on both sides. So I kind of welded that the best that I could. I'm getting better, I don't know that she'll hold, but I'm learning how to slowly utilize some of the skills that I've kind of picked up over time. But she isn't the ugliest weld. The first weld was the ugliest weld. This one wasn't. So see if she holds. I'll show you the wild opinion, and I gotta go. Some garden beds. Put the banana in. She's not looking too happy, but she's a pup, so I expect her to show some stress, and it's hot. Castor, bougainvillea. I'm not sure if I showed you guys that. Did a lemon the other day. There's another moringa under there. Lots of wild grass from Pennsylvania. I'm hoping does a thing. Oh yeah, we started the megalithic wall. We're getting medieval. That's actually going to be the shower and the bathroom stalls. My kids don't like to do things small, which is why they're perfect for Texas. They want to go big or go home. So it's going to be a big round rock wall with a cob top of a bathroom, which I'll probably have to finish myself at some point. But anyway, backhoe, blah, 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 bucket off. Might have to buy another bucket, but we'll see. I'm going to try to make this one work. We actually started rearranging boulders and moving them around. I mean, for a sense of scale. These are not little boulders. We actually were playing around with this, and we're looking at making a shelf. A lot of the walls will probably look something similar to this. They're going to be sealed in with concrete or cob. And I was thinking about making planters within, and so you've got mint growing out of the different cracks and crevices and moss and all that. But just for scale, I mean, this is 20 by, where are we at? 20 by, I'd probably say 30, because where the rock line is, that's where we actually got to dig out to. So still a whole lot of digging work to do, but she's mostly done. That'll be a large space. There'll be a cob house in there. We'll crash in that for a while, and then we'll start building the next one. But you know, and these are some of the boulders we're getting into, which is crazy. If you told me that the Harbor Freight towable backhoe could deal with boulders this size, I'd say you're nuts. But she is. The good thing about this rock, though, I think it is a part of that ancient seabed. It fractures really good. And my methodology for digging with it, the only way I make it work, is I actually don't break the boulder. What I do is I dig underneath. Because there's layers of sand, and I'm not sure what type of rock it is, but there's always a layer of sand and soil underneath. So actually I dig underneath. The weight of the boulder fractures itself, and you can already see the fractures and cracks. Just doing a little lifting or a little pushing on it, it fractures and falls apart. So anyway, that's that. It's hot. I got to get on this cow fence. Today, I want to wrap up at least one section of getting the posts in for the cow fence. That's what crew is doing out there in the distance. And we're working on this side because the herd comes from over there. And what else? And then possibly work on some of the irrigation. I want to get started on the automated irrigation. So I don't have to water every day. I want to have like a drip irrigation system. So thinking of that and how to do that, probably a couple barrels, and maybe get that old broken tote that I use. What does it hold? 333 gallons. And let that do a drip watering and do a test and see how long it takes for that to empty out. The rain has stopped. I never thought I'd say thank goodness. But the clouds are still here. You know, but what I've noticed is that we get rain when the mountains in the distance create the clouds. And so you actually in the distance can see the clouds coming over that mountain, and they get massively